I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the At Random Poker. That's 2 fucking things I did wrong in 5 fucking seconds. Actually, probably more. I'm your host of this evening. My name is Andy. And I am joined by the very pissed off Allie, who's looking at me like she could shoot me with a BB gun.
Not really.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How
are you doing better since last week? Because you were a little bit of sicky poo, weren't you?
Yeah. I was outside all of Saturday, and I think my body just went into shock because it was really cold.
Yeah, because it got something healthy in you, like air.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, she usually just breathes glue fumes.
There's no gin in there, so her body was like, oh God, what is this? What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's actually true.
I don't even remember the last time I drank. Like, what?
Seriously?
Yeah, because I've been sick.
But
Yeah,
how
she's
long
weak
have you...
sauce.
Wait, hold on. How long have you been sick, though?
I've been having problems with my gallbladder, so I haven't drank anything.
Wait, how old are you? 28? So 28 years. I think is a more accurate.
No, but like, it can't be that long since you had drink. I mean, you're Allie. Don't you live off that like gin?
No.
Oh. That's disappointing.
Yeah, I know.
The thing is, because usually when I'm in this period when I have a lot of attacks with my gallbladder, I prefer not to drink, even though I can, just in case I get pains, so I can be able to take painkillers.
Wait, but isn't like my painkiller was always alcohol?
Yeah, but
wouldn't it be better to drink?
yeah, to numb your pain up in your head. Yes, sure, Andy, but not your body.
Oh yeah.
Well,
okay.
actually, if you ever seen historically accurate Hollywood films, Batman, if they cut off people's limbs, they used to give them some like brandy or whiskey or something before they did
Yeah,
it.
I never got that. It was like 2 sips, not even a half an hour to soak in. It's like
Just like-
2 sips and straight after just chop off the fucking leg.
Yeah, or a guy's like pulling
No
a bullet
fuck-
out of it.
yeah.
It's just like having 1 sip of whiskey, like, yep,
Yeah.
we're good to go.
And of course, the other voice you just heard was our good buddy Alex, who's drinking something, beer,
Water.
No? Oh
No,
God!
water today.
God, what the fuck? Why am I still here at this?
I have beer in the fridge, but we're having people over on Friday, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just save them all and drink them all on Friday.
Yeah, okay, I'm still on my Mexican tequila beer, and it's going good.
It doesn't sound like it.
5 weeks straight. It's good.
Oh,
It's all good.
Oof.
That's what happens when you have kids, people.
Yeah.
You have to drink every day to numb your pain.
In
No.
secret. In secret.
That's what happens when you just admitted that you huffed glue in woodwork
Oh,
shop at school. That's what happens.
Look, I
Batman.
was a different person back then. I was younger.
Yeah, now you huff your feces.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I fucking huff a lot of fucking weird shit now. It's like
Yeah, true.
the smell of poo in my house is just... At this point, when I walk out of my house to go to work, I smell like 50% man, 50% shit. Is basically what's happening, because I got 2 poo factories. Anyway, we were doing a D&D adventure, weren't we?
Yes, we
And
were.
in the last episode of D&D, you guys killed off the evil wizard Adam Sandler. So what I'm going to ask you today is to take out your both your D20s and give me a little roll.
Fucking let's do it. Are we gonna get ganked? Oh, I rolled 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
shit.
fucking suck as always.
14.
And 14, you're actually above. Well, good. You win the entire story.
Sick.
That's what just happened. You know
Quick
what?
episode.
Yeah.
He killed Azeroth, Mazeroth, Gazaroth, the multiple names this man has had.
I was thinking, like, I'm sort of over it. We did 4 episodes of that, and I know there's, like, I had a lot of good shit written. Actually, your final bosses would have been, as it looked, it would have been Trump. And wait, you did kill Adam Sandler, didn't you? He was dead. Wait, was he? Yeah, he was.
Was it Trump and Barack Obama?
No, it was Trump, and President Putin would have rode in on a on a bare-chested, on a bear, holding a sickle and a hammer to attack you guys, and he would have been joined by, of course, I had to write him in, like, no matter where you would have ended up, it had to be Kim Jong-un. He had to be in there. So he was the third one. Remember when I said there was a third, like there were 3 people back in the room?
Yep.
Basically, what was going to happen to Crystal, Mazeroth was still encased in ice. He never was alive. It was Trump that needed you guys because you held something, but you didn't pick it up. It was a glove that was held by... Who was it again that held that glove? Oh, in your line, it was actually the last guy you killed. It was the evil wizard, Adam Sandler. You never did a pocket check, so I don't know where you would have gone for that. No. You never looted his body because he had a glove that could have had you hold the crystal, and then you would have been able to do away with it all. So you would have...
because Alex decided to piss on him instead.
Hey. That was play of the game. Listeners have given me feedback. They were very grateful that he died warm. Okay. I'm a caring, loving man, even when I murder a person.
Yeah.
I make sure that they're comfortable in death.
But anyway, yeah, so that would have been the finale of your story. I don't know if you would have survived or not, but I'm going to classify this story as completely fucking done because I'm sick of it.
I'm going to explain how it went down.
Listen
so
up,
we walked
people.
In there. They come in on their fucking barebacking the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Jong-un sitting at the back there, I don't know, being malnourished and stuff and dying of heart failure. I just pull out my big fucking wands, tell Batman to get down, like drop in front of me. She drops to the ground. I just double, like, shoot him with the wands, and it basically hits Kim Jong-un's nuke that he was helping, Trump was helping him build, and we all die. We all died. We all detonated that day.
Well, I am going to say, like, the way you throughout this game, you definitely had a big chance of dying, because I think you were even low HP on a lot of battle. But then again, kudos to you for trying a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Ali was
got us places.
Yeah, well, Ali got you places, but you were there too. That was good.
Created the opportunity. It was teamwork, like a domino. Got it lined up and she just pushed it over.
At no single point was there teamwork. Actually, no, I'm going to retract that statement. There was teamwork involved at the lake. Back at the lake when you were fighting the monster.
When I saved her.
And she saved you more than...
Yeah, because she sucked the dick of the developer of this app so that she gets good fucking rolls.
All right. Well, before the show...
If you're going to suck his dick, be a team player. Get me some good rolls too.
Before the show, I usually go on a Omegle. I've told you guys this a couple of times in a couple of episodes. There's some people that want to say something. There's actually 2 people that I talked to that wanted to say it because I didn't have too much time to be on there today, and 2 is more than enough. Jessica said, "Use masks." She screamed it at me and then clicked away. It's Omegle. What do you expect? And Ethan said, I thought this was a very nice message. Have a nice day. So everybody listening to the At Random podcast, Ethan wants you to have a nice day. We don't give a shit. We don't give a shit.
You only have a nice day if you wear the mask. If you don't wear the mask, you'll have a bad day. I think that's what they were trying to tell us in their own cryptic ways.
Yeah, there you go. So, what we're gonna do today instead, because I was thinking, like, since you weren't here last time, and last time was Halloween, should have been a pretty big episode, but it was a bro hangout, you know.
There wasn't much Halloweeny in there, to be honest.
What?
It wasn't much Halloweeny in that episode.
Oh, that episode was Halloween start to finish.
If you listen back to it, Ali, I think you'll find.
If we didn't scare people with that episode out of never listening to this podcast again, then I don't think that episode was successful.
No. At a minimum, we inspired children to knock on strangers' doors and ask for candy.
True.
At a minimum. I think we did that.
At a minimum, yeah. But today, what I thought I was gonna do is I went ahead online and find 11 terrifying urban legends that may or may not be true. So I'm gonna shortly summarize the urban legends because I do love a good Halloween story, and don't you guys love it too? Like a good Halloween story? Is that a thing you do is make a campfire in the little apartment there and tell spoopy stories?
Not really. I like to listen to horror stories every night. That's what I fall asleep to.
Do you?
Yeah, I listen to
How do you think she gets the inspiration to eat babies?
It is good inspiration.
No, I listen to horror podcasts every night.
Oh, but wait, do you have any favorites?
It's a Swedish podcast. It's called Creepypodden. It's really good.
Cryptic.
It's Swedish, though.
It's in Swedish, so
Yeah.
I
So
like to
all
fall
the
asleep to the sound of Jack and Ludwig's voice every night.
Oh. Ooh,
Well, hey, if you're
that's
from
sexy.
Minnesota and you think you're Swedish, like, you know, and a lot of Americans think because, like, 5 generations ago, their parents came, like, from grandparents came, they're, like, somehow
Yeah.
Swedish. Maybe try to listen to and see if you can follow
Yeah.
along. Test your Swedish
It's-
skills. See if you are actually Swedish.
Yeah. Hilke Flukenslippen. That's what I
Yes.
would say.
Pinche, pinche, pinche.
But hey, you're speaking Dutch now.
The Dutch is like...
No, she basically
Pinche,
just said
pinche.
dot.
Yes.
Puntje. Oh,
Pinche,
that's
pinche,
good.
pinche.
All right.
I was trying to see how I could squeeze that in. 'Cause I've been saying it all week.
You just went with the most random thing ever. All right. Well, it's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover urban legends. I'm gonna tell them what they are. I'm gonna summarize them briefly, and then we're gonna find out if they're true or not, and when they first happened, or if they happened, or whatever the fuck is going on. All right. So these are gonna be somewhat Halloween oriented. So the button isn't unfortunately gonna be used today. Wait, actually, I can use it when you're wrong because it's like a wrong sound. All right, so let's do it. The first one, you stagger into the bathroom at 3 a.m. to relieve your gigantic schlong, Alex. And groggy with sleep, you lift the lid and position yourself over the toilet. You hear splashing. Turning on the light, you see a rat looking back at you from the bowl. You're never the same again.
We have rats. Rats don't scare us.
She means
Yeah, okay.
pet rats, by the way, not like...
Yeah, it's fucking yeah. You got the cute little kind. I'm talking about
Wow.
They're not
ratty
cute.
rats.
Smell them.
But yeah, that's the first urban legend that I found really interesting. So rats in the toilet bowl, is it a myth or is
No.
it
And I would
real?
absolutely still pee on them.
So you're going with no?
I'm saying no. I think that's real.
It is real. Congratulations. Urban legends about animals in sewers have been a staple of scary stories, particularly the one about a baby alligator being flushed down toilets and then growing to adult size in waste channels. Most often told about New York, of course, because like most of these urban legends and myths and shit like that, they're tended towards the American side of the world.
Yeah, I can give you a story on animals that have been found in toilets.
Yeah.
My friend lives in Northern Australia, and I think a few months ago he was saying they were having a problem in his neighborhood with eastern taipans, like super venomous snakes coming up through the sewage system into people's homes.
Wow.
So,
Are you
like, really
kidding?
venomous. You would not want to be bitten on by one of them.
Yeah, but
they're quite dangerous.
don't they usually go for whatever is dangling lowest towards them?
Yes. So they were like, look at these little, like,
Eggs.
Yeah.
Isn't that what snakes eat, by the
Bird
way?
eggs. Yeah.
It's like eggs?
Bird eggs and stuff, yeah. Other
Yeah,
snake
God.
eggs.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well,
Rats.
better to be female than male, I guess, when it comes to snakes in your toilet. But if you live in Australia, then don't pee anywhere close to a toilet bowl, because there's most definitely something in there right now. And if you're sitting in Australia on a toilet bowl right now, take a look. All right, I can tell you that the story about the crocodiles and the alligators are not true. Now, while alligators and crocodiles have been found in New York, they're generally released and found above ground. And it's thought that New York is too cold for them to survive for very long. So, as far as those story goes, I can definitely tell you they're not true. You're never going to find an alligator nose or a crocodile nose booping up your toilet. But finding a rodent in your toilet, inches from very vulnerable areas of your body, is a particular kind of domestic terror, and one that happens to be possible because drain plumbing for toilets is typically 3 inches in diameter or more, plenty of space for a rat to climb up. The animals are attracted to sewage lines due to the undigested food in feces and can travel through pipes before emerging through an opening and into your bathroom. And yes, rats can be somewhat testy when they complete their journey. One aquatic rodent bit a rump of a female victim in Petersburg, Virginia in 1999 in Seattle. The issue is common enough that public officials have given advice on what to do in case if you encounter one, which is very simple, by the way. If you ever find anything in your toilet bowl that's not supposed to be there, close the lid and fucking flush is what you do.
Fair enough.
All right. Next myth or urban legend, to say the least. I don't know if you guys will know this one, but I know it because I'm a very old person. The legend of Polybius. Not ring a bell?
No.
Did you guys grow up in arcades, like arcade halls and shit like that?
No.
Nah.
No, not
Born
really.
in the 70s.
Dude, they were around in the 90s as well. Fuck you.
Yeah, I know. That fucking... I had a Sega Mega Drive. I didn't need a fucking arcade. I had one at home.
You didn't.
I was poor.
Yeah, we were too. That's why we went with the quarter system instead of... Man, I stole a lot of money looking back at that time. Because there were ways, like if people weren't paying attention, you could nick a couple of quarters out of them jars that they were carrying around. I did that fucking a lot. But yeah, the legend of Polybius. Vintage video gamers have a long traded stories about a coin-operated arcade game, and it was like the early 1980s. It didn't reach, like I've heard about this through, of course, the internets. It was somewhere around Portland that this machine was standing at. It had a strange effect on its players. The game title Polybius was alleged to have some prompted feelings of disorientation, amnesia, game addiction, and even suicide. The machine's cabinet was said to be painted entirely black, and it was rumored that stern-looking men would sometimes visit arcades to collect information from the machine before disappearing. Was the CIA experiment spun off from the MKUltra times? Or maybe a psychoactive drug study conducted on unsuspecting subjects? So, the Polybius myth, is it true or is it a lie?
It's false.
Sounds so fucking dumb that I'm going to say it's true.
It's true? God damn it, not my buzzer again. Fuck.
Well, Ali said it was false, so she gets cancelled.
I didn't hear you. I just saw your mouth move. You said it was false?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Not true. It's true. Now, while the entire story doesn't hold up to the scrutiny of what I just described, individual pieces are actually based in fact. Now, Brian Dunning the host of the Skeptoid podcast, did some investigative work and found that a 12-year-old boy named Brian Morrow had become sickened during a 28-hour marathon video game contest in Portland in 1981. It does have to be said that
the kid got sick after 28 hours.
Because he was playing for 28 hours.
Yeah.
Now, it does have to be said that he apparently drank too much soda and experienced stomach discomfort. Now,
was it Mountain Dew?
It probably was. It's a gamer. Yeah. What do you expect? I mean...
And Monster didn't exist then, so it has to be Mountain Dew.
Unfortunately not. He would have been fine with Monster because...
He would have died of a heart attack.
I was fine with Monster. Now, but just a few days later, Portland area arcades were raided by federal agents who seized cabinets that were being used for gambling, coupled with the existence of a real arcade game named Poly Play. These memories seem to amalgamate into the Polybus legend as we know it now.
Speaking of gamers that got sick, I heard this story yesterday. Apparently it's true. I don't remember seeing it anywhere. But apparently someone died recently, especially during the COVID time because people are gaming a lot more. And someone had been playing for 3 days straight.
Jesus.
And then when he stood up, he died because he had developed clots in his leg, and when he stood up, they went straight up his heart, and he died.
Wait, is that actually because I think I heard that somewhere before.
I don't know. My friend said it to me, and he said that it happened, so I don't know.
I think I heard that something like that before. I'm not sure though.
If you're dumb enough to game for literally 3 days straight,
but you're not gonna sit down for 3 days. You gotta.
What did he do? Did he piss and shit? Was he sitting just on the toilet and like?
If he was
doing a fucking card,
if he was a PC gamer, he probably did that. Yeah,
because he's like a king. He was sitting on his throne.
How
he
can
died.
how can
like
you
Elvis
kill
Presley?
How can you kill that which has no life? I mean,
because
you do know that is the greatest cosplay that ever fucking existed, right?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, just type it into Google. How can you kill that which has no life? And you'll see what I'm talking about. It's the greatest cosplay ever done. But yeah, I think I heard that story before on something else. I don't know if it was gaming related or something. But somebody that had a chill couple of days and then just stood up and then died. I think I've heard that before, but yeah, possible. I mean, who knows? I'm not a doctor. Lord, I'm not a doctor.
Other people have died from like gaming sessions, so. But like, how sad is your life? I don't get it. Was it like a charity stream or something?
I'd be happy.
Or was it just a kid playing games?
Probably just a kid playing.
Yeah.
My favorite is though the WoW player that the mom got so sick she turned off the electricity and he stabbed her with an axe.
You don't really stab someone with an axe. You like
now
cleaves them.
That I can believe.
That one is actually true. Like
that is
so
true.
Enraged. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
WoW
can we get some guitar licks for that guy? Like. There's nothing more brutal in this world than an axe killing, right?
I mean, like a mace to the face. It's pretty brutal as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking not like a medieval mace, not like mace spray like Americans have or whatever.
We should do an episode
like
on the most
mace.
brutal ways to die.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos in this shit. I got some material.
All right, well, there you go.
Cool
maybe next week, who knows? Yeah. All right, so next myth or at least next legend, Candyman. I'm not going to say anything more because we all know him. But Candyman, myth, legend.
No. True.
True? Alex?
Myth.
Myth?
Yep.
Who am I going with here? I'm just going to go with the fun one. No, Alex, it's wrong. It's true. Man, I love pushing this button. It's so fun. In 1986, great fucking year for babies to be born because my little tiny penis head rolled out of my mom's vagina back in that year. The Chicago Reader published a story about Ruth McCoy, a woman living in Chicago housing project who made a frantic call to 911 insisting she was being attacked in her apartment. A responder eventually found her dead of a gunshot wound. Investigators determined that her assailants had gained access to her unit by breaking through the connecting wall in the adjoining apartment and climbing in through her medicine cabinet, which is the mirror. The complex was built that way intentionally so that the plumbers investigating leaks could simply remove the cabinet to check the pipes. It became a frequent mode of entry for burglars, and in McCoy's case, her killers.
There's also a killer called the Candyman.
The name Candyman was actually based on the Clive Barker story. Like, he came up with all of that, but the means of an evil person coming out of a mirror or looking into a mirror and saying a name and somebody coming out and all that bullshit, that comes from
Biggie Smalls, Biggie Smalls, Biggie Smalls.
There's still a killer called Candyman.
South
That's what I
Park.
said. And that is true.
Oh, there's still a killer called Candyman?
Yeah. A dad was
probably-
out trick-or-treating on Halloween. I don't remember where. During the 80s as well. And he said that he got some candies from this weird house. And when they got home, the kids could have one of the candies. And the dad gave him the candies that gotten from this house, and the kid died.
Ooh.
And it was actually him that poisoned his own kid and given it to a bunch of other kids in the neighborhood.
I think I heard that story.
Yep, Candyman.
It wasn't the 80s, though. I think it was late 90s. That story rings a bell so fucking hard.
I'm pretty sure stuff like that happens almost annually now.
Well-
on different levels.
We are gonna talk about that, I think. Nah, I went ahead. I think it's public knowledge now. I can pretty much say that out loud now. I did some investigation into the whole razor blades and candies and blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
basically, it's maybe once every 5 years something comes up like that.
Oh.
But usually the reports are the kids reporting something being in the candy, and then they've done it, and you know, it's not really people.
Yeah.
But there was once a guy arrested, I think somewhere mid-90s, that put needles in Mars bars or Snicker bars, something like that.
Jesus.
And one kid was just jabbed on the inside of his mouth. It wasn't even like necessary to go to the hospital for him.
Yeah.
Like, it was every injury that ever has come from candy eating that and has razor blades and blah, blah, blah. I came up with 2 cases that were backed by police reports. That one woman that had the inside of her cheek attacked by another needle again, and then the kid that I was talking about before. Other than that, there's absolutely no fucking thing. But the poison in the candy does ring a bell. I think if you want to Google it, Ali.
I'm trying,
Because I
but there's someone else. There's a serial killer in Houston that's also called the Candyman, but that is not the one that I'm...
Yeah, just type in poison in candy Halloween murderer. If you type in that, you'll probably come across something. But I'm going to go ahead and skip to the next one. Cropsey, have you ever heard of that one?
Nope.
All right, well, for years, kids living in and around Staten Island raised goosebumps by relating to the tale of Cropsey, a boogeyman who lived in the woods and made a nocturnal habit of disemboweling children. Parents, no doubt, eased their kids' fears by telling them no such monster existed. So what are we thinking?
No.
Nope.
No? No?
Nope.
Cropsey existed in 1987. Again, great year for rolling out a vagina. Andre Rand was put on trial and convicted for a child abduction. Rand, it turned out, may have been connected to a rash of child disappearances back in the 1970s. He had once worked at Willowbrook, a defunct mental institution. While he denies involvement in other cases, it's clear Rand's activities had a heavy influence on the word-of-mouth stories that followed. And there are some cropsy stories out there. You can easily Google them.
What a guy.
Yeah.
I found what I was Googling, by the way. So it's Ronald Clark O'Brien. He killed his 8-year-old kid in 1974.
How? That doesn't explain.
Yeah, was it just poison or what was going on?
Yeah, so he had pixie sticks. I don't know what they are. Some type of candy.
Mm-hmm.
So potassium cyanide.
Yeah.
Oxidated
Oh
pixie
shit.
sticks.
That's like some effort.
Fuck that. Yeah, that is fucking harsh.
Yeah, because they went trick-or-treating to this area where more other people lived, and there was this abandoned, like, a house that was like, no one was there, so the kids stood there and rang the bell, but no one opened the door, and the kids started walking, but then he went back to the house, and he came back with 5 pixie sticks and said, oh, see, if you would have waited a bit longer,
Pixie
you would have got
sticks,
some.
that was it. I know this story. I've known it. Wasn't it late 90s? When was it?
74.
74?
74?
Yes.
Holy fuck. Well, cyanide, not a good way to go. I think the guys from the M Ladies, who was it again? It was the Chinese guy. You should know this, Ali. The M Lady tapes? Leonard Lake. Leonard Lake used cyanide to kill himself as well. And I've heard a description of what it looked like. What he was asking for, like, he was being interrogated, and he asked for a glass of water, and when the cops came back, like, a couple of minutes later, he had a written note, like a goodbye note to somebody, and he was convulsing on the ground, and the way they described it seems absolutely fucking horrible. Like, cyanide is not a fun way to go. It is not, like... It's a roller coaster of emotions. Now, okay, next myth. We're gonna go somewhat to hotels. I don't know how strong your hotel myth is, but the body under the bed. Have you ever heard about this? Vacationing couples, like newlyweds, Disneyland guests, all have been to like a subject of an urban legend involving hotel occupants who fall blissfully to sleep, only to wake up to an awful stench coming from under their bed or inside a mattress or under the mattress or whatever. Closer inspection usually reveals that a dead body has been stashed away, presumably not anyone who has died of natural causes.
I think this is true.
Probably true, because it's probably they killed the hooker and left her under there. But I'm going to say false, just because I can.
False. Well, just because I can, I'm gonna push the button. It's not false. It's true. Because this is one of those traveling tales, right? We have it in every country a little bit here and there, but it's been confirmed multiple times over. At least like a dozen newspaper stories have detailed hotel rooms that have been doubled as body disposal sites. While the smell is usually apparent right away, at least one couple slept on a mattress containing a body in Atlantic City in 1999. Cases in Colorado, Florida, and Virginia have also been reported. In 2010, guests at a budget lodge in Memphis were horrified to discover that they had been sleeping above the body of Sonny Millbrook, a missing person. Fabric softener had been stuffed in the ceiling tiles to try and mask the smell. At least 3 other occupants had also rented the room since Millbrook's disappearance, and a court eventually convicted Millbrook's boyfriend, Lakeith Moody, of the crime, just in case if you're wondering how that ended up. But
Isn't it
yeah,
nice that the housekeeping doing a good job.
it's weird though. Yeah.
Like,
Maybe
how do you
they
live
smashed
with
him
3
inside the mattress.
as a hotel manager, that's the first thing you're gonna say. It's like, oh, so you guys don't clean under the bed, huh?
Yeah, so 3 guests, so that's a minimum of 3 nights. You didn't look under the fucking... And it's a budget inn, so there's probably like condoms and fucking like feces.
There's a lot more under there.
A lot
They had
under,
to-
like, you'd think you should look under there.
they had to scrape away 5 dead cats before they got to the actual fucking body, probably.
Yeah.
It's what budget motels are for. Look, dude, if you're gonna use a hotel or a motel or whatever, you cannot think about whatever. It's the same as, I don't know if have you guys ever went to a spa? Like a day spa, like a couple of hours together as a couple?
No.
Have you met him? No, you haven't actually. He's a dick.
But you can do that. Like, you can book a room for a couple of hours, though, right? All right. Well, no, I guess not. Nah, but like
about it one time.
Like, yeah, you did think about it one
I'm
time.
tired of always being the one bringing up shit and you never doing anything, so I get tired.
Yeah, but look, like next time, like you can definitely do that. Me and Vicky did that. I think it was like a good year ago now or something like that. There's one problem there. If you do shit like that, like if you go into the steaming cabins or if you're going into the hot tub and you're doing it with your wife, I mean, at the end of the day, you're always gonna think like, what the fuck has happened in here? Because not all of them drain. I feel it's the same way in a hotel. Like, I'm good the first night. Like, I'm good the first like couple of moments I'm there. But after a while, my wheels just start turning, and I'm like, what the fuck happened here?
Can you add another stain on the ceiling?
That's the thing, though. You don't want to... It's sort of double-sided because you want to take a black light in there, but you don't want to take a black light in there.
Yep.
It's one of those things. It's just, if you do it, you're gonna fucking be disappointed.
How did they get jizz up there? Like, oh my God.
In defense. All right, let's move on quickly to the next myth, the Maine hermits. Now, for decades, people who vacation in central Maine's North Pond area were puzzled by items that would go missing. Batteries and food from cabins, flashlight from camping tents. Rumors spread that a permanent fixture of the area would forage for sustenance and supplies.
No.
Yeah.
No? Ali?
Yes.
You're going with yes?
Yeah. Why not?
I'm gonna leave the button. You answered last. I'm gonna leave the button. You're right. For 27 years, Christopher Knight lived alone in the woods, keeping tabs on hikers, canoeists, and other temporary residents of the grounds. When he was confronted by a game warden in 2013, Knight admitted he was responsible for an average of around 40 robberies per year, despite the likely protestations of family and friends. Yeah, this guy was busy, who dismissed tales of hermit lurking somewhere in the woods. His identification proved that someone had been watching and waiting for nearly 3 decades. All right, on to the next one. The fake cop trick. You may have... you may have an overly concerned parent or friend warn you of people impersonating police officer, using that veneer of authority to attack victims who have let their guard down. While there aren't many who are in full patrol uniform or traveling in marked vehicles. What are you guys thinking? You thinking it happens a lot?
Look, I've seen Terminator 2. It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ali?
Yes.
Oh yeah, and you're right. There have been there have been many like I've went over a couple. There've been many documented cases of like assailants posing as law enforcement. But usually that's the thing. They're never like fully in. If they were fully in a cop car and fully in, because like even if you think back in big history moments, I think Ted Bundy at one point did it.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he pretended to be
sure.
a police officer in like his everyday uniform or everyday clothes.
It sounds familiar.
Now, in Bloomington, Illinois, a man used flashing lights to get a vehicle to pull over. After walking up to the vehicle, the man tried unsuccessfully, by the way, to overpower the driver before they managed to get away. Fayetteville, Georgia, a man donned a uniform and pulled over a teenage boy on a bike, forcing him to empty his pockets. Talking to real police later, the boy told him a second car had pulled up with a man matching the description of someone who had been caught impersonating an officer 2 weeks prior. So, yeah, it happens. People pretend to be police officers to gain your trust. So, yeah, just don't trust easily.
Always ask for a badge. They always need to, if they're on the job and have a uniform, they have to have their, usually have numbers and stuff.
I think in the US now, if they stop you in traffic, they also have to have a body cam.
Yeah.
By law.
Body cams are getting used more and more. Even
here in
Sweden
Belgium
by
even.
security guards, they have to have them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're unsure, just ask for a badge or anything to identify them. They have to be able to identify themselves. And if they can't, just walk away.
Run them over and then go GTA on them. Full Grand Theft Auto. Take
baseball bat or brass knuckles.
And call the actual authority and report that.
But the next myth, or at least the next legend, takes us to a little town or a little place called Virginia. The legend of the Bunny Man. You ever heard about this?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
I'm going to say it's a man who had sex with rabbits.
No, that would have been if I said, fuck, what's the place again? Florida, yeah. if it was Florida, I would say, yep, you're right.
Yeah, all right. But I'm going to say it's true. The man killed rabbits and then put their heads on toy dolls.
Wait till you hear the story. If you lived in or around Virginia in 1970s, you were probably exposed to the story of the Bunny Man. You see what I did there with that pause?
I was hoping he was going to put rabbit ears on his testes or something.
I'm already wearing it. That's how I started the show. Now, in the tale, an escaped mental patient takes to gutting bunnies and hanging them from bridge underpass. Later, the maniac is said to have graduated to gutting and hanging teens in a similar manner. Locals were cautioned to never be caught near the underpass, which is now known to most people as Bunny Man Bridge on Halloween night.
Nah, this doesn't sound true.
Yeah, nah, it's true. 100%. He did it. It's a fact.
Well, I don't know if I should push or not. Nah, I'm not going to push it. Ali was right, sort of, and Alex was right as well, because the story most likely spawned from the very real presence of a roving madman in the area in October 1970. Now, a couple reported seeing a man dressed in a white suit and wearing bunny ears who began yelling at them that they were on private property. God damn it, you're on private property, god damn it! It's just my imitation of every American ever. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not. Even if they're from New York. God damn it, I'm from New York. God damn it. That's my impression from every American from now on.
All right.
I like
I'll
it.
hold you to it.
Yeah.
So no guts?
Excuse me?
So no guts?
No, well, to punctuate his point, he threw a hatchet at their windscreen, apparently shattering it. There was a second sighting of Bunny Man 2 weeks later, something like that, when a security guard spotted a hatchet-wielding man chipping away at a porch railing. Police tried unsuccessfully to locate the man. While he didn't disembowel anyone, he thought of an adult wielding both a hatchet and a pair of rabbit ears somehow managed to be just as disturbing.
How hard can it be to capture a guy running around with an axe with rabbit ears on?
I can tell you very hard.
Obvious.
Been doing it for 33 years, still haven't been caught.
Wait, really?
I could have been. Sniffed a lot of glue for it, so...
Maybe that's what you do at night. You think you're asleep, you're actually tripping.
At least since I know you guys, Sundays are off. Sundays are fucking done because I'm doing this podcast instead of hurling my hatchets at people. Number 10. We're going to Charlie No Face. Imagine finding yourself outside and alone in the dark on a residential street. You hear footsteps approaching. Suddenly, a man with a misshapen face appears. You run. Terrified beyond words, you spread the story of the man with no face throughout Pennsylvania.
Did this guy give a lot of money to people randomly, like just generating it in his hands?
I cannot confirm nor deny that happened at one point.
Did he end up eating like humans or people?
I cannot talk about it anymore.
I'm going to say it's true. I've seen Spirited Away. No Face is real.
What do you say, Nally?
Let's go with no.
No? Well, since no was for Charlie No Face, I'm going to go with... It was true.
Of course it was.
Charlie No Face, also called the Green Man, was actually a man named Ray Robinson, and he was no figment of anyone's imagination. Born in 1910, Robinson was disfigured as a result of an electrical accident at the age of 8. He touched active wires, which effectively maimed him. Knowing his appearance could be disconcerting, Robinson took to taking strolls. After dark, he often walked a path along Route 351 in Beaver County, Beaver, Pennsylvania, where, while his intentions were honorable, encountering Robinson in the dead of night inevitably led to spreading stories about
His
a boogeyman haunting the town.
Face is fucked up. I just saw a picture of it.
So not only was he horribly disfigured at age of 8, he was even bullied about it for the rest of his life.
He has no eyes.
What was his name again?
Or something. I'll put it in the chat on Discord. He kind of looks like if you melted, you know, what's his name? Doofy or Goofy? Goofy from Disney. Kind of looks like if you melted his face, put it on a human. He kind of looks like that.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat so I can see.
He's fucking damn. I mean, I can see why people would be kind of freaked out.
It's fun, huh?
I don't think it was fun for him, but
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen
Just imagine that guy sweating over you.
No. Watch me masturbate.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No thanks, little Ray Ray.
All right. And after that horrible image of me on a Wednesday after 3 cans of tequila beer, we're gonna go to our final myth. This one is actually a myth.
I'm gonna say it's true.
You're gonna say it's true, Ali? What are you gonna say?
Yeah, sure, it's true.
Well, you're both right. I don't know why I pushed that button. I just wanted to do that one last time. It's the all too real corpse decoration. Notorious outlaw Elmer McCurdy took on a second life following his death in 1911. The embalmed corpse of McCurdy became a grim sideshow attraction throughout Texas, with people eager to see the famed criminal on display in funeral parlors and carnivals. Though it's hard to document all of his travels, he eventually wound up in Long Beach, California, where someone apparently mistook him for a prop. McCurdy was hung in a funhouse at the New Pike Amusement Park, his humanity discovered only after a crew member on the $6 Million Man, which he was filming there in 1976, tried to adjust him, dislodging his very real arm. The following year, his corpse was put to proper rest.
Did you say 1976 and this guy died in 1911?
Yeah, they kept him embalmed. They kept him embalmed because he was a very famed criminal.
Yeah, but how long was he at this amusement park before someone... That's a long time.
I think it was just a generational thing. I think he just went from generation to generation to generation to generation, and like it just they just kept using it. So one day somebody walks up and says, well, I'm gonna readjust the puppet, like the first fucking dumbass ever. And he just took his arm and tried to readjust it, but snap went the arm.
Hey, he got a free barbecue
And
for dinner.
Well, they used to be known back in the day to have weird looking people or criminals and stuff, and in like circus and shows like that, they used to keep their corpses.
Oh yeah.
Not
On
just
the-
corpses, used to keep alive people as well.
Yeah, they-
like, oh,
they
you're
kept
deformed.
alive,
Let's
yeah.
put you in the circus
Okay.
and laugh at you.
But then if you die, they would,
Oh yeah, but
embalm you and keep you.
in general, like throughout history, corpses have been big fucking business. Like, let's not even fucking mention the time that they didn't have bodies to like practice medicine on and like use in classes. That people just went to graveyards, dig up bodies from strangers, stole everything like they had on, like rings and all that shit, and then just sold the bodies or the cadavers to doctors of all people, to like teach to students in universities and stuff
And
like
we're
that.
very grateful that they did that.
Well, there's actually a myth that a lot of the skeletons you see today in class might be illegally acquired. That is the real skeletons in universities and stuff like that
Oh,
have
yeah,
been
like
so
actual-
long there.
Yeah.
That they were actual people that were sold off, like bodies of people that have been dug up and sold off to universities way back, and they just never stopped using them.
I mean, well, what are they going to do? Put them back?
They should.
Yeah.
Well, but if they don't know where they came from, how can you?
Yes,
What are you going to do?
Alex,
Dig up
that's
someone
what you
else's
do.
random grave and shove some bones in there? Like if what, Lucky
That's
Dip, just go
like
eeny, meeny, miny,
the
mo in the
most-
graveyard and like, oh, this one looks good. Chuck him
That's
in
the
there.
most vicious thing you can say. Oh, what are you gonna do? Put him back? Well, fucking yeah.
He's now
Someone took them out.
He's
Yes, you're
useless
gonna
in
put them
death
back.
Unless we're using him for medicine. So just he's
And
being
now he's
useful
just a
again.
skeleton hanging in a fucking class.
You know what? He is more useful dead than he was alive. I bet you. 100%. Most
But
people,
still,
if you donate your body to science, you are more
if you
useful
do it
dead
willingly,
than
but
alive.
some people don't do it. Like there's this story about like in England, one of the tallest men that was ever alive, and he knew.
Yeah.
He's like, the day I die. And this was during the time when the like people did the grave digging and
Yeah,
would
yeah, of
sell it and
course.
stuff. And he's like, I do not want them to touch my body. And
Yeah.
he made it very clear to his family. So they were gonna put him out to sea so no one could find his body, but they somehow still managed, like these grave diggers still managed to find his body, steal it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
been like trading around, and now it's like in
Yeah.
some museum in the UK, and they're still having like a discussion what to do with the body.
So the last wish of a tall, freakish man was to not be bothered. And they even had fucking, there was a time, I don't know if you ever seen a picture where they're like, oh, they put a cage over these graves in this country because they're fucking zombies and they believe in zombies. That's fucking bullshit. They never put a cage over the graves because they're afraid of zombies. They're putting the cages over the graves because they were trying to stop people from getting in there. Yeah.
But look, I just want to clarify. My original point was they probably don't know who these people are. So how are they going to put them back? That was my original point. That was just worded very badly.
But like, it's like just choosing.
We need to give him a new funeral,
fire
like
them
Boney
up
McBone
and-
face, and put him back.
It's like fire them up.
You know what? When I die,
Put them.
doctors
put
do
him in a
whatever you want.
Yeah, but see, that's your free will. Like, you choose that, and that's absolutely fine. There's a lot of people that choose to donate
You know what?
their body to science.
When I die, my wish is that then when Ali dies, like you embalm me because I'm going to die first, and then you embalm her, and then try to conjoin us together, like conjoin twins, splice us
Whoa.
together. So in the afterlife,
Whoa.
we are still together.
Ew.
Wait.
You're disgusting.
This, I think this is the first episode that we've been through that you actually said that you're gonna die first.
Well, he's
100%, I'm going to die
100%.
first. Probably die next year if you keep going like this.
What? Keep going like what?
You're gonna push me off a balcony, stab me with a knife,
Well, stop being a dick.
push me in front of a bus,
It's very
Yeah,
easy for you.
it's
Stop being a
actually
dick.
pretty simple.
put some cyanide
You have
in my
like
dinner.
you have like the easiest fucking solution in the world. You just have to stop being a dick.
No,
you're
the
just like,
solution is she
nah.
should get a sense of humor, and she would find it fun, and it would be fun for all parties.
Sure.
She has a sense of humor, though.
She doesn't. I saw her TikTok she shared with us, and it made me sick. I thought Andy sent it, and I was actually angry. And then I realized it was actually Ali, and I was like, oh.
It was okay. I
was
liked that. I came across that same one on TikTok, and I liked it.
It was terrible.
It was
Like a joke
mediocre
for a
and
3-year-old
good.
kid.
Yeah, I liked it.
Or-
Whatever. I've derailed this enough.
Yeah. But it's fine. So, yeah, those were some myths and legends you probably didn't know from America. But, some of them are true. Others have little, like, back roots in history.
Everything has a sprinkle of truth in it.
Yeah. With myths and legends, they usually do start from somewhere. Another thing I actually found out, do you know what religion, and this is what we're going to leave the show with, do you know what religion started Samhain, aka Halloween?
Doesn't it originate out of like somewhere in the UK, like Ireland or something in the UK?
Nope. Not at all.
I don't know.
I actually went.
Judaism.
I was gonna do an episode on Samhain and like the witch burnings and the witch trials and all that shit, but I found that it's been covered quite a lot.
Yes.
But I did discover, trying to topple this subject for a couple of days, I did discover that Samhain is actually Catholic in its origin.
Yeah.
The Catholic Church started what they hated.
Do they hate Halloween?
I think so.
Well, apparently they don't hate facts anymore.
Now it's a total pagan thing, but it did start out with a church.
Do you know why they hate it? Because now
They hate it because they ain't it.
it makes it too easy for people that aren't priests to touch kids. Boom!
Didn't you hear what the Pope said the other day, though?
What? To
That
touch kids?
No, he accepts like gay people now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they're desperate to keep people because people are too smart now and they're leaving the church. And it's like, no, we accept all of you people we hated for thousands of years.
Even the Browns one can come in now.
Yeah.
It's like...
Because I said so. God does he? No, he's cool with it now. He's cool. He's a reformed
yeah, I'm
man.
not racist. I'm not racist anymore.
Who would have thought that God would become a reformed Christian?
Hey, you know what? Let's all eat the pizza. That's not racist.
No, but the Pope's like Argentinian or something, right?
Dude, I had a conversation with...
No.
Chilean or something. Isn't he
No,
South American?
Isn't it Argentinian? I think
I think he's Argentinian. So he's probably actually a Nazi.
Yeah.
There's a good chance.
Wasn't that the former one?
Probably all of them. I don't know.
Ratzinger.
Who was the other one?
Yeah, the other one.
It's
Was
the
John Paul or
Ratzinger.
something?
Yeah, John Paul. He was a fun one. He was like old school. I liked him.
Why
Then we
don't-
had Ratzinger. He looked so fucking Nazi.
Dude, all the
like
popes look
how
like
Nazi
Dracula.
can you get? Yeah, they
Like,
do.
all of them. They look like
It's like the
90-year-old
one.
Dracula.
No,
the
one we have
one
now,
thing-
he looks nice.
Yeah,
Hair
he
and
looks
bleach for
nice.
everyone
But the
else.
one thing. But the one thing you have to do before you get to be Pope is almost be dead. And then you get the job.
Yeah, and then they start
And they
like
throw a
stealing
bunch
youth
of-
from other people and funneling it into you to keep
Dude,
like
I
Palpatine
swear.
in Star Wars. They just keep
It's
them
the
alive.
most hypocritical fucking religion in the world. I stood amongst the paintings that are gold covered and fucking dipped in fucking 1,000 fucking I don't know what. But I stood amongst the art of the Catholic Church, and then you go to a church for somebody's funeral, and they're like, "Oh, we need money for the seats," They go around with the collecting men.
It's like in Rome, like
fuck off,
outside
you
of
fucking-
like the Vatican City and all of that. Or, I don't know. I can't remember if it's in, but whatever.
It's incredible.
Like all the gold stuff inside. There's like beggars on the street outside, and they shoo them away. They're like, "Fuck off, poor people!"
Yeah.
Like, no, go away. But then
Yeah,
like, we need
yeah.
your money, please. Actually, if you want to donate money, the At Random Podcast, we are starting a religion.
We should.
We're gonna, I don't know, we'll write a book called The Life of Andy or something. We'll give you top tips on glue sniffing and
I wouldn't do that.
Smelling like poop all day and eating cement.
Look, I'm not.
Send your money this way.
I wouldn't do that. But I'm down for sacrificing babies if you got anything
Yeah.
to do next Monday, Ali.
Let's do it. And we'll only take 5% of your salary before tax.
Want
Not
to kiss
10.
some babies?
Thank you.
All right, look,
I'm good.
Ali, it's fine. We'll start at puppies, okay?
No.
Little baby rabbits. Okay.
No.
Okay. So that's what we're gonna do this week. What are you gonna do this week? Let us know in the comments on our Twitter page and on our Instagram page. And by the way, if you want to see our silly faces, you can always join our Discord server, which we're streaming on live every Sunday. So if you want to join that, it's an app you can download on your phone to check us out live every Sunday. We right now have one guest looking in. Her name is Baksu, and she apparently is very hot. She's
And you
gonna
know what
kill
else
me.
is going to get hot? If we get 5 guests watching in, I will show
Oh, yeah.
both of my
Oh, yeah.
nipples.
Both,
Like
Not
close-ups
one.
on the camera, both of them.
You don't want to say
but
that.
2.
2.
All right.
If we get
But-
10, I'll show you my brown eye.
Yeah, just you're cheap. Just click in the link in the description box below, and you'll find it. But we also have a Twitter if you wanna just give us a little tweet, or if you wanna give up a subject to talk about. If you wanna just say mean shit to us, just do it there. And we always got an Instagram page as well. So what are the socials for our podcasts?
So on Instagram is @random.podcast. So at.random.podcast.
And on Twitter, we are @_randompod. So @_randompod.
Yep.
And hit us
There
up.
we go. Yeah, and for everybody listening, I want to say again, Ethan wishes you a good day, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had fun, and we'll come back to you with a new episode next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.